And how about Koru bakes? KRMD.
I'm struck by this 4 level. I don't. I mean, it's below the 200 day, but you can't. I'm picking nits a little bit. I don't want to see it spend any time below four meaningfully. I mean, that's
Right.
decent support that goes back to 5 years ago, 2021. This is the daily, and the volume is starting to perk up. The fact that it didn't like the earnings call, I don't like, but maybe Robert explained why that is. And that makes all the sense in the world to me. CEOs don't want to come in with a high bar; they want a low bar. And maybe now they pull you aside at different conferences and say, "Wink, wink, nudge, nudge." We're really going to be 20% plus.
Right. That's what they did last year too, by the way. So that's what
Yeah.
had
So
gotten them fired.
this sounds intriguing to me, especially given this. I've been involved in healthcare for a long time, and my takeover antenna shows up here, and I mentioned West, he mentioned Becton Dickinson. So maybe they have a year of profitability, and someone says we'd like that now. Thank you very much, and we'll put it on our shelf and in our Salesforce's bag. Makes sense.
And from someone who's been doing this a very, very long time, this is his largest position. That says a lot about the work he's done on it and what he thinks about the future upside. So, hat
Yeah.
tip to Mr. Marson for digging in and holding on to this thing for so long, staying with it.
No, it's a champ. It's a champ.
All right, Mr. Baker, what else are you looking at for us this morning?
Well, and I
We'll take a break from talking about oil.
to new members. Yeah, I'm not talking about oil. That's we've beaten that horse to death. But to new members, anytime that we talk about an idea from our partners, I put it in my system and I look at it every damn day. And so now it's hundreds. And what caught my eye today was Robert's Mtron MPTI. And I read the description and I go high performance communication, control, SATCOM, radar, electronic warfare, and guided munition. And I said, while this stock has acted well, I would have thought it would act even better. But I do like the relative strength here at 92, taking out the high. The volume is kind of anemic. So, they're going to be at Sidoti tomorrow, and I'd love to hear what they have to say. We're right up this 71 level. If it takes that out, you've got a new all-time high. Everybody's making money, and you go significantly higher. And if you want to, play the game of measuring the triangle, you could have another $30 in this stock, which makes all the sense in the world, given that we're bombing people, for the next, 2 weeks at least. So, I guess that my question. I like it. I'm just surprised it's not acting better, and maybe it's the next quarter where they get substantial reorders and the stock blows out. Robert, what do you think?
Oh, it's in the right place at the right time, and I think they said at least a third, if not more, of their revenue is in like consumables. So when you build a tank, you sell the tank once. When you build a missile, you fire it once, and that's all you have it. You can't reuse it. So it's a consumable in warfare is ammunition, and they're in the RF and the guided part of the guided missile systems and the telecommunications parts and the radar jamming and all that electronic warfare that's taken over for boots on the ground and
Hmm.
tents and conventional munition. So yes, it's in the right place. They do expect to have a very good year. I am very optimistic. It's a decent sized position for me. I've traded it in the past, and I'm holding on to it because I believe in 2 years, 3 years, they're going to double the business. This is another $50 million company on its way to 100 million in a couple few years. They're trying to do a deal, which would be very accretive. They're circling a couple of small companies that fit very well with their business, and it's just a matter. The gating factor, Bakes, is not their capacity. It's the capacity of the major, prime defense contractors to build these missiles.